What's up, guys? It is I, once again, Yusuf Al Sanad, and today, guys, will be the first time I start doing the Movie Monday series. And this series was brought to me by my friend and fellow YouTuber Rachel Wagner, who did the Movie Monday, which was started by Emily Boone. Both of their channels are in the description box below. Please check them out. And I haven't seen many of Emily's videos, but I hope to soon. And this Movie Monday series, I was originally going to do a 5 films list, which is what this Movie Monday series is about, as opposed to the Friday 5, which is picking your favorite songs. The Movie Monday series, I was going to do the first episode for my personal series on my 5 favorite Batman animated films, but because I looked at the list of movies we have to do on this Movie Monday series on Tumblr, which Rachel Wagner created this list, I decided to do the my 5 favorite Batman animated movie video tomorrow or the day after. I don't really know, but this episode of the Movie Monday, the first, I'll be focusing on the 5 underrated movies for my personal perspective, and here's how the list goes. Now, my number 5 pick is going to be Possession. This movie, Andrzej Jawlowski's Possession, is a Polish/French film that was released in 1981, and it's a film that stars Sam Neill, Isabelle Adjani, and I reviewed this movie in the past. You could check that review out below, the link to that review below in the description box. This movie was so bizarre, it's so out there and insane, yet the performances are outstanding. This film will come off at first as a supernatural horror film, but also a domestic drama, a film that looks at relationship between a married couple and how their love is degrading, and how it's affecting their child and their mental well-being, and how it's destroying them internally. And this movie really captured my attention because of the performances by both Sam Neill and Isabelle Adjani, especially Isabelle Adjani, who is one of my favorite actresses of all time. I love her so much, and guys, this is without question, in my opinion, her best performance. At number 4, we have Angelina Jolie's By the Sea. This movie I reviewed also before, you can check that out. It was Angelina Jolie's 3rd film after In the Land of Blood and Honey and Unbroken. And this movie, it didn't make much money at all in the domestic box office. It was made at such a low budget, but it didn't have the right income. And it breaks my heart because despite this movie starring these 2 amazing actors and superstar power in Angelina Jolie and her husband, now divorcee Brad Pitt, it really is a beautiful story about this, once again, a married couple who are trying to rebuild their relationship and find that they love most about each other by going on a vacation in some place, a spa resort in France. I think it's Lyon, France, and how they meet different people, specifically this young couple who is a reflection of how their life used to be when they were once happy, and how Angelina Jolie's character, Vanessa, is very bitter and very angry and depressed, especially how she hates herself for what happens in their past, both hers and Roland, her husband, played by Brad Pitt. It's such a sweet and beautiful look at this couple who are trying to rebuild their marriage, and they are trying to remind each other what they love about each other most. And it's a very beautiful drama, a small drama which Angelina Jolie actually took small inspiration from her grandmother's relationship with her husband, and how both her and Brad Pitt, how their relationship and marriage turned out right now and this year. It breaks my heart even more, guys, because I was depressed when they divorced, Brad Pitt and Angelina. It really breaks my heart, but Brangelina, whether you're together or not, I love you both so much, and you did an outstanding job in this movie. You really did. At number 3, we have Thomas Alfredson's Let the Right One In. Now, I'm not going to talk about the remake because I really hate that remake, but this movie right here, the original adaptation of the novel of the same name, it shows this relationship built between these two kids, Oscar and Ely, in Stockholm, Sweden, I think, in a small suburb neighborhood in Stockholm, Sweden. And you see Oscar, who's a very lonely, a very secluded kid, who's being bullied a lot at school, and how he's starting to have fantasies of wanting to kill the bullies who've been tormenting him his entire school life, and how he's starting to become more and more unhinged, and he's starting to embrace his own darkness. That is until a young girl, Ely, comes into his life, and Ely isn't someone we know so much about, nor does she come off as normal, because Ely deep down is a vampire, and Ely has been living for such a long time that Oscar starts to realize she is in fact a vampire, one who feeds on blood. And Ely, despite being a vampire, has the mind of a little girl, and she has matured over the years, but she does still have the mentality of a little girl. And this movie, guys, is just so beautiful. I mean, I love love stories. I love films about friendships being built between two people who are the exact opposite of each other, and it's very unlikely friendship. But Ely and Oscar are the types of friends I want to see make it out in the end. Their bond with each other is what really kept me engrossed in the movie, guys. The movie is so well filmed, it's so well shot, it's so well acted, but this relationship right here between Oscar and Ely, it truly is something. I'll go back to watch this movie again and again for many years to come. At number 2, we have John Hillcoat's The Road. The Road is, without question, John Hillcoat's most underrated and I would say overlooked film that stars Viggo Mortensen and Cody Smith-McPhee. And this movie is based on, it's actually adapted from Cormac McCarthy's The Road. And The Road is my second favorite novel by Cormac McCarthy, who made No Country for Old Men, Blood Meridian, my favorite novel of all time. And this story was very hard to adapt, but because John Hillcoat stayed faithful to the novel and how he's able to capture that bleak and utter despair of the tone of the novel, it really is amazing because it's set in the post-apocalyptic time. We don't see how it led to the apocalypse, but we are only set in the post-apocalyptic, and it focuses on the man and his son, or the boy as he's known in the novel. The man and the boy are father and son, and how the father is trying to protect his boy and trying to ensure he survives and he learns how to survive on his own. It really is a dark film, guys, because there is no such thing as humanity present in this movie. What the father does, whether right or wrong, is to ensure the survival of his son. His son remains that innocent flame, as they say, the fire that he carries. I'm very heartbroken that The Road didn't get any nominations, especially for the Best Actor category for Viggo Mortensen and John Hillcoat's direction, because this movie is so well directed and it's almost a 100% accurate depiction of the novel, and a very great adaptation at that. I really love John Hillcoat's The Road. Finally, my number 1 pick is, without question, Abdelatif Keshish's La Vie d'Adèle, Chapter 1 et 2, which is known in the in English language as The Life of Adele, Chapters 1 and 2, but also known across the board as A Blues Warmest Color, the film that stars Adele Exarchopoulos and Léa Seydoux. This was the movie, guys, that really changed my perspective on people, humanity, and life in general. I watched this movie at a time when I was very bitter, very angry. I saw such a powerful, very beautiful message in this movie that it changed my life completely. And during this time, I also met a very close, dear friend to my heart who's from France. And the fact we both love this movie for the story, the relationship built between Adele and Emma in the story, it's just so beautiful, guys. And This movie right here, Abdelatif Kashish's Blues Warmest Color, like Ang Lee's Brokeback Mountain, is not a story about gay love or lesbian love. It's just a love story between two people who love each other. And as they say, guys, it doesn't matter if you're gay, lesbian, transsexual, bisexual, or heterosexual. It doesn't really matter, or pansexual too. What matters is that love is love, and this movie is everything about love, and it's also about this young girl learning her own sexuality and learning what she wants to do in life and her evolution, the story as she meets Emma. It's such an epic film that is so small, because this is an epic story that is 3 hours long. It's a very small, condensed film that follows Adele throughout the entire film. She's in every scene, and every scene she's in, guys, I was really involved in her story. I love her so much. I mean, Adele Exarchopoulos isn't just my favorite actress of all time. She really is my inspiration, guys. Just like my dear friend from France, she is my inspiration. I love Adele so much, and I hope to God that she stars in more movies. And this film right here, guys, is my favorite movie of all time for many reasons. But it's because of this love story right here, how genuine, authentic, and just so raw it is. It is a really amazing film and a true tour de force. Well, guys, that's my five movies in the Movie Monday series, the first episode. I hope you enjoy it, and thank you, Rachel, for tagging me, and I hope to see Emily Boone's videos too. And please check out Rachel and Emily's channel, and look forward to next week's Movie Monday episode. And until next time, guys, peace out, take care, adios amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.